My understanding is not lesser than any French people. Let me actually show you. And it's really kind of bizarre. And I was never been late. Let me immediately prove it. If you ever actually pick out any French and American English interpreter, I really don't mind. How one can actually create a mask using a tissue at home. These users, as well as usages demonstrated by different customers. If you ever actually have cottons or even actually toilet papers, you can simply create a mask. Yeah, these are really the guidelines. I don't really need to. How France, has continued to destruct its own stockage and inventory of masks after the debut and emergence of the epidemic. It's really easy. These are really the maps and the graphics that would actually visualize the evolution of the epidemic in France and around the world. The Department of Justice recommends the abandonment and the deprivation of the following, targeting the formal counselor and advisor of Donald Trump. This is really the case. Because there is a latest recognition concerning the Department of Justice involvement that has already been given to talk out of the possible punishment against the formal advisor of Donald Trump. This has been truly a forceful engagement that was, putting the screws on the Judicial Department by the Justice Department. I don't really need to. You need to actually make the distinction by the Judicial Department. How the French researchers are trying to avoid the next big epidemic peak of the coronavirus with the data from Facebook. How the searchers and the web users in France try to avoid the second next peak in storage of the epidemic outbreak with the data by Facebook. With the data of Facebook. With the data from Facebook. I don't really need to. Lectures.com. The community very much dedicated about bug. You actually are very much invited to have a visualized bugs and works that might fascinate your attention. It's really easy. The virus, the populists, and their model. The Metropolitan looks like what after the 11th of the May? This May, I mean. Experts in the linguistics have created a call to understand the language. Just starting from 3 weeks. They actually simply developed an application which actually gives such an efficacy to speak and learn the language starting from 3 weeks. It would be done. Just for a couple of weeks, you can actually immediately settle down for the immense advance. It's really easy. I don't need to think about it. No, I never hesitated. The government is about to enunciate the detailed plans as a desegregation laydown starting from the May 11th. After the month of May, especially 11th May, this will be altered. There will be a massive guidelines for desegregation. This is a one step closer to normalcy as the French society is about to take a massive procedures targeting the execution of desegregation. But the problem is this should never divide the country into two parts. That's what has been warned. Because there are a certain portion which is already ready to jump into the desegregation and confinement. But the other part of the country, especially those local regions or many different in the tiny cities, they're still upholding the very strict versions of the corona segregation and lockdowns. That's what has been said. I'm not lying. Edouard Philippe has given precedence over the venues and the methods of bringing back the progressive return to normalcy in France, almost on its way to go into effect starting from